The teenage daughter of a single mom, Kat Cole worked as a hostess at Hooters. Today, she runs a $1 billion company. Kat is the president of Cinnabon, the world's most famous bakery franchise, and I caught up with her at the Forbes 30 Under 30 conference. You're starting a foundation now?
Yes, starting
Tell
a
me
foundation.
about this.
I'm so looking forward to it. You know, for the last 7 years, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of nonprofits and NGOs and do work in Eastern Africa and the US. And now it's time to have that not be just opportunistic and wedging it in between my for-profit life and actually be more Cinnabon, disturbingly delicious cinnamon rolls, and world-changing foundation on the side. So really excited. We'll have the name finalized in a couple of weeks, and we'll be launching it at the end of the year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a role model to so many, given your backstory, but given also all of the accomplishments that you've achieved over the years of your life. What's the most important lesson you've learned along the way?
The most important lesson for me is still that voice in my head from my mom, which is, don't you dare ever forget where you came from, but don't you dare let it define you. And this concept of don't forget where you came from, but don't let it define you is something that I apply to my personal life, as evidenced by evolving to now start a foundation, but it's also the exact principle I have used to build a team and build a global multi-channel food brand with Cinnabon.
When you think about all of the decisions that you have made along the way, what are some of the keys that stand out to you, the smartest things, the best decisions you've made?
Some of the best decisions I've made have been about choosing the way I want to deal with a situation or a circumstance. I remember I had an executive I was working with back when I was working at Hooters, and the dynamic wasn't very positive, and I was pretty sad when I would go home. I didn't feel valued and included during a short period of time, and I had a choice: stay and complain and deal with it, or leave. And I really struggled with the whole notion of leaving, of quitting. But I made the choice to stay on that path, but to define myself. I would go to work and have some struggles, but over time I learned that I'm not just defined by my job. As long as I'm giving to others and doing some good in the world, that actually helps me be a more confident and poised executive.
Let's talk a little Cinnabon.
Yes.
What is the craziest flavor you have come up with in that test kitchen?
The craziest flavor we have come up with in the test kitchen is infusing seaweed into the dough.
Seaweed?
Really trying to push the dough's limits to figure out what are some of the flavors that might be really exciting in the mini version for Japan and other parts of Asia.
How did that taste?
Interesting, but I have to remember I'm not the customer.
Yes.
So we are really trying to keep in mind in particular countries and markets who our customer is, what might be exciting and relevant, and occasionally we miss the mark.
You are great about social media for Cinnabon, and you're very active on Twitter. For people who are trying to build that brand online and social media, what would you say are some of the most important things to keep in mind?
I think the most important things to keep in mind when building your own brand or deciding how to engage in social media is making a personal choice of if you really want to be there. And really listen to people. Just as you need to take an active interest in individuals when you're meeting them at an office party or an event, you have to do the same thing online. And so if you really want to build your brand, the key is to be fans of your fans. I am the biggest fan of Cinnabon fans online. When they show love, I show them love right back. And if they're kind enough to show love back my way, I one-up them with more love.
You really do it.
So
I
great.
see the pictures. The people tweet you pictures of their half-eaten Cinnabons.
Yes.
And you're like, go you!
Yes.
Great work!
It's so awesome. And it really does brighten my day. I truly love it.
Can you give us a taste of any new Cinnabon type products that are coming out soon?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so we have just launched the Cinnabon Bake Shop, which is where we only have teeny tiny little Cinnabons with 8 or 9 different flavors, such as s'mores and birthday cake and Oreo frosting and all kinds of fun stuff. So lots of flavored frostings, and we have new products in partnership with Pillsbury that are coming out. We've got a pumpkin made with Cinnabon cinnamon rolls out right now, and so flavors and fun with flavors, and just, you know, living the mantra, life needs frosting, and so that's showing up in every product line that we have, and of course expanding into some pretty exciting new countries.
Thank you so much for joining us for Real Biz. We want to hear from you. Is there a special woman in your life that is giving back to your community? Tell us about her. Like us, tweet us at Rebecca Jarvis, and comment below. And from the studios in New York City, I'm Rebecca Jarvis. Have a great day.